Ever been locked in a silent battle, both hearts aching, but neither voice speaking? You're not alone. Let's unlock the chains holding back your relationship's potential. Number 1. Secrets every lasting couple knows. Ever wondered what the secret is that keeps the spark alive? Stick around to unveil what couples in enduring relationships do differently. Alright, let's dive into the juicy secrets every lasting couple seems to know. These aren't just fluff, these are game changers. First, they prioritize understanding over being understood. Yep, it's not always about getting your point across. Sometimes, it's about stepping into your partner's shoes. Imagine how different your discussions would be if you actively tried to see things from their perspective. Second, they use the pause button. Before reacting, they take a moment, breathe, and respond thoughtfully. It's like giving your emotions a tiny timeout. Lastly, you've heard about active listening, right? It's more than just nodding. It means genuinely focusing on what your partner says without thinking of your next counter-argument. Try it. Let their words sink in, then respond. This tiny shift could lead to massive changes in your communication. Number 2. The ultimate relationship goal you've been overlooking. You've dreamt of a fairy tale romance. But have you ever considered this one goal that might just be the magic spell you've been missing? Alright, let's spill some tea on that ultimate relationship goal you've probably been overlooking. Ever thought about emotional transparency? Yes, it's a fancy term, but don't roll your eyes just yet. It's that simple act of letting your partner see your raw, unfiltered emotions. Not just the Instagram perfect ones, but also the messy, I haven't had coffee yet moods. Now, the magic starts when you practice saying exactly how you feel. Instead of, I'm fine, maybe try, I feel hurt when you cancel our plans. It's like giving your partner a roadmap to your heart. No more guessing games, no more reading between the lines. And here's your golden nugget. Create a safe space. When your partner does the same, don't judge. Just listen. Think of it as upgrading your relationship from economy to first class. Trust this, it's a game changer. Number 3. First steps to effective communication. A beginner's guide. Feeling overwhelmed? Don't fret. Here's your roadmap. Ever thought about how a few tiny steps can radically shift your love narrative? Now, onto a beginner's guide, because hey, we all start somewhere, right? So, communication can feel like navigating a maze, especially if you're new to delving deep. But worry not, because we've got the secret sauce for you. Step 1. Start small. Instead of diving into the deep end, begin with sharing little things about your day. The funny mishap with your coffee, the new song that's stuck in your head. These baby steps set the stage for deeper convos. Next up, practice the 24-hour rule. If something's bugging you, give it 24 hours before bringing it up. You'd be surprised how often things seem less monumental after a good night's sleep. Lastly, the power of tell me more. Instead of making assumptions, ask your partner to elaborate. It's your golden ticket to clarity. Easy, right? Number 4. A brand new method to revive dying conversations. Tired of the same old advice? Discover a fresh approach that's going to change how you view communication forever. Alright, let's shake things up with a fresh approach. Are you ready for a groundbreaking method to breathe life back into your convos? Here it is, the mirror reflect technique. No, it's not about making funny faces at each other, though that sounds fun, doesn't it? Here's how it goes. When your partner shares something, before giving your own reaction, reflect back what you heard. Say something like, so what you're saying is, and rephrase their point. It shows you're genuinely listening. Another tip? Switch the scene. If you always chat on the couch, try taking a walk or cooking together. A change of environment often leads to a change in conversation dynamics. Lastly, set a no interruption rule. Both of you get 5 minutes to speak uninterrupted. It's pure gold. These tweaks might sound minor, but they have the power to transform the way you communicate. Dive in and see the difference. Number 5. What's trending in relationship fixes? You wouldn't wear last season's fashion, so why use outdated communication tactics? Let's dive into the latest trends that couples are swearing by. Let's talk about the latest in relationship communication, shall we? Because just like bell-bottoms made a comeback, so do certain communication trends. First on the runway is digital detoxing. How about setting aside a few minutes each day without screens? Yup, just you, your partner, and good old face-to-face chit-chat. It's vintage, but oh so valuable. Next, the 3 positives rule. Before addressing something irksome, share 3 positive things about your partner. It sets a positive tone and reminds you both of the good stuff. Last but definitely sizzling, the experience share. Instead of telling each other about your day, pick one moment and walk your partner through it, making them feel as if they were right there with you. These might sound new agey, but they're creating waves in the relationship world. Number 6. A sneak peek into love's tomorrow. Ever been curious about where your relationship is headed? Get a glimpse of what the future of communication looks like. Ever had that tantalizing thought of peeking into the future of your love life? Well, let's play fortune teller, just for a bit. Here's what the crystal ball of relationship trends reveals. Firstly, there's the scheduled spontaneity. Sounds paradoxical, right? It's about intentionally setting aside unplanned time together. No agenda, no to-do lists. Just you two exploring anything or nothing at all. Then, there's dream mapping. Grab a cup of cocoa and chart out each other's dreams, no matter how wild. The secret? Instead of just listening, brainstorm ways to make them come true. It's like weaving your dreams together. Last, but the zestiest, the reality check-in. Every few months, sit down to discuss the good, the bad, and the meh in your relationship. It keeps things transparent and goal-oriented. Curious enough? Try these future-forward tips and pave your path to tomorrow's love today. Number 7 to 30 days to transform your connection. Think it takes years to change your relationship dynamics? Think again. What if you could make a massive difference in just a month? Let's get real about timeframes, because who doesn't love a little reality check sprinkled with optimism? Now, fixing communication isn't like whipping up a 2-minute noodle dish. It's more like slow cooking a delicious stew. First up, understanding takes time. Picture this. Imagine if every month, you both dedicated just 1 hour to solely talk about your feelings and thoughts. It's like setting aside 60 golden minutes to understand and be understood. Secondly, those little changes you're making? Give them a solid 3 months. It's a magical window where habits cement and patterns emerge. Lastly, embrace the beauty of patience. Instead of expecting an overnight shift, cherish the little improvements. Celebrate those tiny, aha, moments. They're the breadcrumbs leading to the ultimate communication feast. Remember, good things take time, and your relationship deserves the very best. So, pull up those sleeves and let's simmer to perfection. Number 8. The silent relationship killer you must avoid. Fear of what might be eroding your relationship. Here's the silent monster you should be wary of, and how to fight back. Alright, don your emotional armor, because we're about to dive into the less sunny side of communication. Yes, the pitfalls, the oopsies, the moments that make you think, did I really just say that? First off, dodging the blame game. You know, when every hiccup becomes a, you always, or, you never. Instead, reframe it. Instead of, you never listen, how about, I feel unheard when you're on your phone. Next, beware the silent treatment trap. Spoiler alert. It doesn't work. If you need time to cool off, communicate that. A simple, I need a moment, is way better than icy silence. Lastly, ditch the assumptions. Assuming they should know how you feel. That's like expecting them to read a book you never gave them. Be clear, be direct. A bit gloomy? Maybe. But knowing these pitfalls is half the battle won. So, chin up and let's navigate these tricky waters together. Number 9. The mystery behind perfect conversations. Ever felt like there's a secret code to crack the perfect conversation? You might just be onto something. Ready to decipher it? Have you ever wondered what lies behind the curtain of couple goals? Let's unveil a secret many seem to miss. Lean in, because this one's hush-hush. Imagine a world where active questioning is your new superpower. Instead of just hearing, you're diving deeper with questions like, how did that make you feel? It's the golden key to the treasure trove of emotions. Next, the memory lane trick. Remember that vacation where everything went hilariously wrong? Revisit those stories. It's a delightful detour that reignites connection. And here's the juiciest bit, the 5 senses exercise. Share what you see, hear, touch, taste, and smell in a moment. It's a fun way to be present and explore your surroundings together. Secret techniques? Check. Now, you're armed with some confidential communication intel. Go on, sprinkle some of this magic onto your chats. Number 10. The ultimate connection every woman desires. There's one deep connection you've always yearned for. Ready to discover what it is and how it can change your love life forever? What's that ultimate dream you're chasing in your relationship? Pure, unadulterated understanding? Endless laughter? Or maybe an unwavering support system? To achieve that, let's talk goal setting. You might be setting fitness or career goals, but how about relationship milestones? Craft a vision board with all the experiences you wish to share and the challenges you'd like to conquer. Next up, book club for 2. Yes, seriously. Dive into relationship books or podcasts together. They spark discussions, offer insights, and hey, it's like therapy without the hefty bills. Lastly, plan future date nights. Discuss where you both envision yourselves in 5, 10, or even 20 years. It's not just about planning, but about dreaming together. Remember, your relationship is an ongoing story, and you hold the pen. So, dream big, and keep writing those beautiful chapters together. Check out this playlist of the top 10 videos on relationship advice for women. And we'll see you in the next video. With love.